as I mentioned, today is the onboarding webinar, is the last session of this year. We invited everyone that has joined the platform over the last month. We'll start today's session with a little networking session. So if you would like to participate, unmute yourself and introduce yourself or your project if you like. So this is the moment you could take to make a little pitch about what you are working with. Otherwise, if you don't feel comfortable on opening the camera, you can just write a little introduction on the chat for everyone to read. So I'll start. I'm Ivan Pizeta. I'm the Capacity4dev community manager. I come from Brazil, but I also hold an Italian nationality. And what I expect from this webinar is to enhance community engagement for users on the platform, and that you have a smooth onboarding process in Capacity4dev. So who would like to introduce themselves? Please raise your hands, use the raise hands feature, or just open your camera and I will pick yes. So Karima, go ahead.
Hello. Hi. Do you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
I'm Karima. I'm from Morocco. I'm social policy officer in Morocco, and we are partnering with the EU on the social protection program here with the national government. Nice to meet all of you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Karima. Thank you for presenting yourself and welcome to Capacity4dev. So Lem, Sophie.
Yes, good morning. My name is Sophie. I'm a French national based in Rome in FAO. I am a monitoring and reporting officer, and my project is trying to build a community of practice of reporting officer in my organization. So have a good day, everyone.
Nice, very interesting, Sophie. I think you are in the good place. We can definitely exchange also bilaterally about this if you would like some dedicated support for building your community of practice. Thank you. So Regis.
Regis. Yeah, good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
Belgian national in Ecuador, so it's 5 o'clock in the morning. So this is my first meeting of the day. I'm a university professor at the Universidad San Francisco de Quito, and I'm working on project on democracy.
Nice. So wow, nice to see that you're so enthusiastic to wake up at 5 in the morning just to talk to us. Welcome to this webinar and welcome to Capacity4dev. Um, uh, Francisca.
Thank you. Hi. My name is
Hi.
Franziska. I'm a seconded national expert from Germany, and I'm currently working in DG INPA headquarter in Brussels in the unit that is responsible for local authorities, civil society organizations, and foundations. And my topics are, in general, local authorities with a specific focus on localizing SDGs and Team Europe initiative on democracy, the local aspect on that. And what do I expect from this webinar? To really understand how to share knowledge and how to promote the things that we are doing in headquarter with the other colleagues and in external participants who are here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francisca. Also, if you like, we will drop the support mailbox, and if you like some dedicated support as well, we provide some specific service for INTPA, so don't hesitate to contact us. So, okay, we have Michelle still.
Yeah, good morning, it's Michele. I'm Italian nationality, but I do work in Brussels, Atlantic Organization for Security. Or rather, actually, I'm not particularly working on a specific project, but let's say I'm listening mode to understand how to get to join the community and then, to have actually the chance to work on a potential future, let's say, project, possibly in digital transformation. Other part will be in line with the the objectives of the DevOps for Dev. Over.
Okay. Yes, you are in the right place for this first. We'll do a virtual tour later, and you have a overall presentation of the platform, so you can check if it suits what you're looking for. Thank you. So, Ivanenko.
Hi. Hello to everyone. My name is Dmitro Ivanenko. I'm working in the NEFCO, the Green Bank, which is a partner of European Union. And we together implementing different projects in Ukraine related to construction of dwelling houses, renovation of critical infrastructure in Ukrainian cities, and also supporting for internally displacement people of Ukraine. Thank you.
Very interesting, Ivanenko. We recently analyzed the stats of Capacity4dev, and one of the top countries that people are interested in as a topic of interest is Ukraine. So you have a lot of interest people in this platform to talk about your country at least. So thank you. We'll go to the presentation now. Okay, we can go with Michela Conchi as the last one to present herself.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, everyone. So my name is Michela, and I'm the Junior EU Partnerships Officer at the EU representation of World Vision International, which is an NGO focused on humanitarian aid to giving to children. So I work based in Brussels, work from here, and I work with INTPA, NIR, and the FBI. So very nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you, Michela. Welcome to Capacity4dev.
Thanks.
We will finish the introductions now, but whoever couldn't present themselves, just do it in the chat, please. You can leave your contact as well. So this is the Capacity4dev team. We have here, for example, Maria, which is our user support manager. Maria, could you say a quick hi to everyone? Yes.
Hello all. Nice to meet you. I've shared here some useful links, and whenever you have any questions about Capacity4dev, please drop me a line in the support mailbox, and I will redirect your questions to the right person in our team. Thank you all. Enjoy the session.
Thank you, Maria. And as I mentioned, I'm the community manager of Capacity4dev, but we also have Ariela as our Capacity4dev coordinator from the INPA side, Claudia as our content coordination expert, that together with Dimitris is our make part of our editorial team. Dimitris is our communication expert. And finally, we have Marie, which is our business project manager. What are we covering today? So what is Capacity4dev? Who can use the platform? What features are available for you? And how can you benefit from being a user? At the end, we'll do a virtual tour. And if you have questions, please, you can either use the Q&A feature from Teams, or you can ask directly in the chat, or at the end, we'll just open for a session if we have time still, so you can open your camera and ask your questions directly. But questions will be answered at the end of the session. So what is Capacity4dev? Capacity4dev is the DG INPA online knowledge sharing platform. Today also open as part of DG NIR and FPI. It was launched in 2009. And now he has the leading position on knowledge sharing in the field of external relations, international cooperation. The idea of the platform is to boost our ability to develop capacities through knowledge sharing. This idea has been transformed as the GINPA is changing its strategies and its view of the world. So we have a shift more for international cooperation. So the idea is to boost international cooperation by our knowledge sharing, cooperation between peers, and networking and learning. So it's a community of international cooperation professionals, not only from the European Union, as we're going to see, but for everyone that works in the field. We had recently in May 2023 a migration of the platform to adapt to the new software, and as time passes by, we are trying to become more and more user friendly. So to improve, to make navigation smoother, to improve the features of collaboration and sharing documents, and so on. Since the migration as well, we started doing this onboarding webinars, and also we do space managers webinars, which are dedicated to people that open a space in Capacity4dev. So as we're going to see, groups, projects, and resources. Finally, we have launched last year as well an ambassadors program. And this ambassadors program was reopened this year, which is a way to have people supporting us on the promotion of the platform and engaging the community. So we connect international cooperation professionals worldwide. And how do we do that? By collaborating, by engaging with our peers, by learning from each other. We share our expertise, our lessons learned, innovative approaches, and we bring all together all our tools and community in one place. Capacity4dev is your place, is a concentrated place where you can do all of these things. What I was thinking the other day while we were presenting our Build Your Project webinar is that Capacity4dev has this aspect of a community like you have in social media, where whatever you publish in it, if you are launching your project page or website, you always have the structure of a community behind. So you're not blindly on internet as if you were opening a page on internet about a specific topic. You have a community behind it that will always guarantee a public already to whatever you do in Capacity4dev. And who can use it? We have average 300 new members requests per month. Whoever is international cooperation professional is invited to participate. That means even people from graduate students, academia, the private sector, NGO, civil society in general, international organizations, not only the UN, governments, but of course, as it's a DG, INTPA, NIR, and FBI, European Commission platform, we have about 30% of members from EU institutions. What is our added value in the platform? So it's your place, the only collaborative platform where all relaxed members interact with equal access in public, restricted, or private environments. The relaxed members or family in the European Union is all EU external action institutions, EU delegations, and EU member states delegations. So this is the only place where they can interact horizontally, and still they can determine if not only them but everyone, you can determine restricted accesses, private environments, and public general access. It is hosted within the EU institutions with a secure IT environment that is also ad-free, differently from, for example, social media. So you're never going to have ads disturbing your knowledge sharing activities. It's a community created platform, so 80% of the content is published by our members, while 20% is published by our editorial team, also the publications, me and Maria as community manager, due to enhance engagement of the members in the platform. We are also active on social media, so X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And as a member, as a project, as a manager of a project, you can benefit from our social media as well. Sometimes you are trying to launch, let's say, a Facebook page or a LinkedIn page for your project or for your institution. If anything that you publish in Capacity4dev, we can publish as well in our social media to boost your visibility. It's a multilingual website in the process, so not yet there, but we will translate the platform next year in English, French, and Spanish. And for the rest of the languages, we will have machine translation, like you have similarly in other European Union websites. What features are available in the platform? As I mentioned, we have the spaces, groups, projects, and resources. But we also have articles that are another way of boosting visibility or giving attention to specific topics. Articles are exclusively published by our editorial team, but if you like to make a collaboration and publish an article to have it featured in our platform homepage, you can get in contact with us in our support mailbox, and we will forward your request to our editorial team. Basically, the articles are on best practices, lesson learned from professionals in the field, and in cooperation with DG INPA units. So the spaces we have, groups, projects, and resources, we prepared this diagram. Basically, if you want to have interaction with members, you would go for a group. If you would like to share knowledge publicly about your project, you would build a project. And if you would like to share horizontal non-thematic resource or cross-cutting thematic resources, then you can create a resource. We have different restrictions of access for some spaces. So for example, for groups, you might have a public group, a restricted group, or a private one. A restricted group is restricted only to certain domains that is defined by the domain you have in your email. So let's say it's possible to determine that this group will be restricted only to EC Commission staff or to this National Development Agency. We also included in the list some UN agencies and so on. And private groups are only accessible for the people that you have invited to join. Groups are this dedicated space for collaboration and interactivity on specific topics or geographic areas, or it can be the space for discussion of a project. As we're going to see, I'm going to show you now, the projects are static pages where you can share, showcase new, ongoing, and also past projects. It's this, it can replace what we have on internet. Many finance projects, they create a page on internet, but the problem is that once the project is over, the financing is over, the funding, I mean, is over, after some years, after a year, the project website goes down. In Capacity4dev, they stay. You have many features to construct your little website. They are for free and it will never be deleted. The intention is to have the completed projects also there. So once they are completed, they are marked as completed. You can put the starting date and the final date. And differently from groups, you do not publish discussions in projects, but you publish news. Is more unilateral to the public. So if you like still to have some discussions about a specific project, it's a project that is ongoing, you can still create a group for that project. Resources, finally, are to create, share, and access a wide range of tools, key reference materials, and much more. It's a new feature we have in the platform. We finally have today 10 resources. They are our most visited pages in Capacity4dev. They can be about evaluation methods, lessons learned. We have some Team Europe tools. So check it out. Our resources page is very complete. Well, now that I presented to you these features, we are going to make a quick virtual tour. Just so we trying to break it a little bit so we don't have such me speaking for a whole hour. So from this, and also so I could guide my presentation of the virtual tour, do we have any questions so far? I know, although I said it would be at the end, just so we be more dynamic today. You can either raise your hand or just open your camera and then, or just write in the chat. Otherwise, we keep going. All right, so let's go with the virtual tour. I'll log out first. So we recently had an access change to the platform, and now you're asked the double-step authentication from like you have in other EU websites to log in Capacity4dev. This is to guarantee security. We have many things happening on the internet nowadays. So, for example, me, I activated with my phone. This was deployed yesterday, so you probably need to register with your phone now to log in Capacity4dev easily. And then there you go. So as I mentioned, the articles, they stay featured in our homepage. And this is the homepage when you are logged in that you see. You have the latest community activities, but also an overview of what you have decided as topics of interest and countries of interest when you register in the platform. So this page will be guided by it. Also, it will be guided by the people you are following, by what they publish. For example, if you are following me, you would be seeing that I published a job opportunity in the job opportunities group. But also if you are following the employment and VET topic, you will be seeing this in your timeline. Or if you are following Canada as a country of interest, it will be appearing here as well. In this page, you see that the discussions that are published in groups, news that are published in projects, groups overall, projects overall, they will appear in this list as suggestions. Also, when For example, if you are in a group and a new user has joined it, it appears here, some events suggested for you, and so on. Here you have some stats of since last month, what was updated in according to countries and topics of interest. So for my case, 39 discussions, for example. This is the featured article. Every 2 weeks, our editorial team publish a new article, and it always stays featured here. You have lessons learned from professionals. We have experts sharing their knowledge from the European Commission side, but also directly on the field. We have podcasts. They are very interesting feature. You have all concentrated here on articles. Also, you have the post content here in this first page, and every page you navigate through Capacity4dev. You have the post content and the help and support pages. Help and support pages, they are very complete. You have the link here on the chat already. You have many step-by-steps on almost everything you can do on the website. And post content is to publish content in whatever space you are joined for. So let's say you want to publish something in a group, you first have to join a group to do so. So you can either publish a library item, which are documents overall, but also photos, videos, and audios. You can start a discussion. Then you would have to select a group that you are part of. And let's say you want to select, let's say you want to create an event or create some news or start a discussion. Well, it will depend of being an admin of that. For news, for example, if you have to be part of the owners, administrators of a project to be able to publish a new in a project. But for events, you can do as much as discussions and library items. So if you're wondering how to join a group, this is the first thing I'll present now. You go to groups. You go through the topics that interest you, or here you have the list of recently created ones. For example, we have humanitarian demining and recovery, and you either have the possibility to join directly or you have to request membership. Once you are in a member of this group, then you will be able to start a discussion and the group will appear here in this list. Anyways, so let's get back to the normal tour. We do first topics and countries, which are powerful research engines we have in the platform. So you remember when you registered to Capacity4dev, you selected the topics of interest. You can go back to your profile later and also select new ones if you like, but you don't necessarily have to have chosen a topic of interest to be able to browse content on it. We have the topics here that are selected by DG INPA areas of activity, but you can also select them according to SDGs. So if you select an SDG, it will suggest the topics that are related. Let's say we have knowledge management, which is a hot topic in Capacity4dev. Every topic page and country page, they work pretty much as our home feature, the feed, but it is only related to the topic, so not your preferences, topic preferences or related content. So as much as the overview page, the home page, you will be suggesting groups, projects, discussions, news, documents, library items, events on the topic. But you can also filter here directly on the top. What is interesting as well for networking, for example, is that you can also find people that are interested in this topic. So like this, you can find professionals in the determined area you are looking for example, your own area of work. You can follow these users, but you can also contact them directly in the platform. Some users, they might have selected that they don't like to be contacted, so it won't appear the contact button here. You can do that in the My Profile section, and I'll show you later. For countries, you have a more dynamic page because we have a little map here at the beginning. You can just select a country and you will have the statistics of Capacity4dev from this country. So for example, here we have 35 discussions on Brazil. And as I mentioned, the overview page of a country is pretty much the same as a topic. You have all this resume, a summary of content suggested. You also have people and events in this case. The articles page I showed you already, but you can also filter. You can use all filters here according to countries, and those are our article types. So you have voices in view, editor spotlight, videos, podcasts, ambassadors that also contribute with blog posts, experts insights, which is our new type of article, which basically is more on the collaborative side. So this is not our editorial team generating the content, but partners that would like to publish, and we just go through the review process. Resources, they are divided in key EU official resources. As I mentioned, Team Europe, results and indicators. You have the SDG Mapper, Impact Academy, but you also have recently published resources that can be either EU or non-EU ones. Like you have Global Development Data Tool. There are new ones popping up recently. Just stay tuned. You have Results Framework, for example. Right. So after that, this main categories here, we also have in Browse Content the possibility to find directly groups, projects, discussions, library, resources, articles, members, and events. So we are going from the other side now. So instead of looking for the topic and seeing what type of content is available, we go directly to groups, and then you can filter according to topics, according to countries, SDGs, and by group visibility. If you are wondering how to open a space, this is how you do it. You go to Browse Content, you go to this type of space you want to open. So let's say you want to open a resource. Then you go here on the top of the page and you see the white button. My challenge for you is that you try to join a group and create your first discussion. So find a group on a topic that interests you. Let's say it's a wide topic like civil society. You have the Human Rights and Democracy group. That is a public group. And you are more invited to contribute, to create interesting debates, to share ideas, to share knowledge pieces if you like in the library. You can share videos that are interesting, fact sheets, assessment frameworks, for example, and so on. The last thing I wanted to show you is on the My Profile. which is some configurations that might be important for you. To go edit your profile, you first click on here, My Profile, and then My Profile again. You see that you have an overview of things you have engaged with in the platform. So here the memberships, if you have on groups, the discussions you have published, but the things you are also following. For example, projects, you cannot join a project as the groups, but you can follow it and you receive the updates in your homepage, but also here. Also, it would depend on how you select the configurations of notifications, but if you are following some content, you will receive daily, weekly, or monthly notifications directly in your email. And to configure that, you have to scroll down on My Settings to Notifications and select if they're daily, monthly, weekly, or never if you don't like notifications in your email. Also, to be able to be contacted by other members, you have to select this case. And if you like some privacy, you don't want to be contacted, then just unselect it. This is a positive way to be able to contact members without necessarily having their email addresses. Be sure to fill in all the profile information so people can really know who you are and network with you. All right. So that was it for the virtual tour now. We can definitely go back if you have specific questions on any of the features presented. So now we are opening to the Q&A session. Would anyone have any questions to ask? Or Maria, if you saw something in the chat. Michele. Your microphone is off.
Thank you, sir. My fault. First of all, thanks for the presentation, which is very clear, very understandable. My question is pretty simple. What I said at the very beginning, in terms of if I want to join a group of discussion, for instance, with an idea myself, so at the very beginning, for instance, I'd like to create a group for developing a project. How could I do in that?
Do you mean how do you follow the steps to open a group and start a discussion?
Yes, and also, for instance, presenting my idea for a new project in one of the topics.
So you can either create a group, as you said. Let's say the topic of interest is migration and forest displacement. You can create this group and invite people to join, saying that is a group to create a project. Or you can go to groups and browse content. So I'm going to share again. You can browse groups. Second. Oh, sorry, I had a technical problem. So you can browse groups on your topic of interest. So let's say it's migration and forest displacement. This is private, sorry. Don't necessarily have a group. Like this one, for example. So what you can do is to join launch a discussion directly in this group if you don't want to create a new one. So you found this group, request membership. you go, well, you request to be a member, and then you go here and you start a discussion. Let's say I was already accepted to this group, but I'll select this random group just for an example. When you start a discussion, you select the type of discussion as an idea, for example. Let's say it's an idea of a project, or you have a question about how to build your project, or you want to debate if it's the best idea. You just select one of these options. Here you have a text editor that has normal features from throughout the internet, so you can bold the text, make italic, underline, and so on. You have tables, you have quotes, you can embed images and videos. And then you are going to, this is very important, you are going to select again what is the topic. So this will be falling in the feed of the people that are interested about that topic. So if your project is about migration and forced displacement, you can select the main topic. But let's say it's about migration information systems. Be sure to mark the specific topic as well. And you chose to talk about that, let's say, from Syria, and then you post the content after that. You can always also save for editing later, but that doesn't come to the point. Michele, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thanks, Ivan. And just one line question complete. But the same token, I can also invite, for instance, a member of the community also.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
If I can invite, in a group, I post my idea or my project, whatever. I'm expecting that someone interested in would perhaps subscribe to the group as well, to the discussion. And my question is, can I also, if I see someone who might be interested to get in touch with, to invite to join the group itself?
Yes, sure. You have, even if the group is public, you always have the option of managing members. This will only appear to you if you are admin or owner of the group.
I invite member.
But then
Thank you.
Yeah, and
I
then
can see this invite member. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The
That's all
difference,
my question.
the difference here is that this one is for members of the platform, and this one you have to put emails.
Yes.
So here you just type the name and it will appear the user, and here you type an email.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you, Michael. Do you have other questions?
We do have a question on the Q&A section. It's from Petronilla Casano. So she says, hi, I would like to better understand how event pages are created and shared on Capacity4dev. How is it then shared within the platform, within groups, topics, or similar?
Nice. Thank you for this question. Sorry, let me do Petronila. Would you like to talk on with your camera open, or can I answer normally?
Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Okay. So sharing here the events page. So this is how you find events. You go to browse content and events. And here you're going to see a full list of all events chronologically upcoming in Capacity4dev. You can select topics that are related to it, and so on, like we had for the other page. A new event, you have to be part of a space already. Either be owner of a project or resource, or to be part, for example, and the event will always be hosted your group. For example, you go to create an event, you select the group you are part of, so you don't need to publish only in one group your event. So you can publish in all of those four if you want it. You just cannot publish in something that is in private in public as well. So you're not able to select public and private at the same time. So here you have also the create an event page. You can select the type of the event, so users can identify, for example, if it's online or face-to-face classroom training, for example. You put your text, the starting date, the ending hour, the type of location. Sorry, can we cut the...
Yes.
Thanks. You put, although you appear as the organizer, you can also put the organization, for example, behind this event. Also, it's really important for every content you publish in Capacity4dev to select well topics and countries. So to the end of your question, this will appear as you selected topics and countries. It will appear the event on the home feed of the users that have selected this country and this topic, the same as you, but also it will appear on the feed of the people that are inside of the group, or project or resource. Besides this, it will appear on the email notifications you have. So if you selected weekly notifications, you will appear in a list of new publications that were made since last week, for example. So yes, it goes to everyone's emails. Since we are here talking about publishing events and the way that users will receive it, if you are a group admin and you are launching an event in your group, you also have the possibility of contacting members. So everyone that is in the group will receive directly an email message when you use this feature. So another way to publish your event. And lastly, as we mentioned, we have our social media to support you as well. So if it's an important event related to our platform, related to the topics of our platform, we can support you by publishing it in our social media as well.
Okay, thank you. Everything's clear.
You're welcome. Any other question? Are we good?
We have another question from Giselle. If a member creates an entirely new category with subfolders to support knowledge management and sharing, how free are we to create tags/labels to ease the search process?
Could you repeat the beginning of the question, Maria, please?
If a member creates an entirely new category with subfolders to support knowledge management and sharing, how free are we to create tags/labels to ease the search process?
Okay, sorry, who was the person that asked this question? Do you like to specify what do you mean by category? Maybe it's topic.
Maybe I explain, Ivan.
Giselle.
It's easier.
Yeah, thank
We're
you.
looking with the youth team in INPA to create a new system of knowledge sharing. So to really support the delegation in creating the youth sounding board. So we're thinking of creating categories of document and resources that can really support the process, which means that we might need, to create really brand new categories that are not there yet, and make sure that we find the best tags that support the search in a as rapid and as meaningful way possible. So we're just, it's hypothetical questions at this stage, but it's good to know if this is possible at all.
So you mean by categories, you mean topics, really?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a revision ongoing, but I think the main ones won't be reviewed, but the subtopics, yes. So you could create I think this is exactly the moment. But I would recommend we exchange this on bilaterally, because this includes more discussion we are having with INTPA about the reorganizing the categories, the topics.
Perfect. Let's do that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So if we don't have, or do we, any other questions, we'll finish the session. Maria already published quite a few links on the chat. Just to recall you, you have YouTube tutorials. We have our best practices group, which is a group dedicated to give you suggestions on how to better use the features of the platform to, for example, create a beautiful space using the text editor features, or how to communicate with other members. We are releasing next year a campaign of tips for users, which are about mainly the features of the platform. We have the possibility of a support call. It's a 30-minute call with me, especially dedicated for when you want to open a space, you would like to have more engagement in your group or your project, or other topics. You have the link there. And finally, if you have technical questions on the functioning of the platform, or for example, you would like to request an article or to talk to me in another way, please first send an email to the support mailbox. So that's it. Thank you for your participation. Happy holidays for everyone, for the ones that celebrate Christmas and also New Year. And there you go. Thank you so much.